Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Alpha Geeks. I hope you are doing well. This lockdown, don't let your math skill down. If you have any kind of doubts, queries, or anything regarding your aptitude test, company's placement, or competitive exams, you can always contact me on this number or you can mail me on my email ID. I will always be happy to help you. I also take tuitions from 5th grade to higher education. If anyone needs online assistance or any kind of guidance, you can always get through me. Cool. Now let's start with today's topic is averages. Averages is one of the important topic in your examination. It is very frequently asked in your examination. You will at least see 2 to 3 questions in whatever kind of exam you give. Averages is that much important. The theory of average is not that much, but the application, it has a vast range of application. So let's know the concept of average and then try out few examples based on those. Let's start. Fractions. Always know your fractions. I always tell you remember your fractions. Fractions are the most important thing which will help you to gain speed and like reduce your solving time. Average is nothing but sum of all the quantities given upon the number of quantities that are there in the set. So average is nothing but average is defined as a ratio of sum of all terms in a group to the number of terms in a group. This is the simplest concept of average, and this is the thing we are gonna use each and every time. Let's go through some examples so that we can know how to apply these things. Number one, the average marks of 15 student is 40, and the average marks of first 8 student is given as what? 50, and the last 8 student is 39, correct? So we have to find the average marks obtained by the 8 student. Now see, we know average is equals to sum of all terms upon number of terms, correct? So if we want to find the sum of all terms, we just need to multiply these two terms, average and its number of terms, how many number of terms we have. So what all information we have, based on that, first we'll find the sum of the marks of all 15 students. So we know the average is 40 and total number of students are 15. So the sum will be 15 into 40, that will be 600, correct? Similarly, the average of first 8 student is 50. Then the sum of 8 students, the first 8 students, the sum of marks of the first 8 student will be what? 8 into 50, that will be 400, correct? So 400 we have here. Now next, the average of last 8 students, correct? The average of last 8 student is what? 39. So the sum of marks of last 8 student will be obviously 312, correct? So if we add 400 and 312, we get 712, correct? 712, when we subtract from 300 600, sorry, 600, when we subtract from 600, we will obviously get the marks obtained by the 8 student. So therefore 712 minus 600, that will give us 112. So 112 is the marks obtained by the 8 student, because we know 8 student comes in the center of 15 students, year 7 and year 7. So therefore, if we add the first 8 students and then we add the sum of marks of next 8 students, then we have added twice the 8 student, correct? We have added twice the 8 student, the marks obtained by 8 student. And when we subtract the total average from this thing, when we subtract the total average from this thing, we will obviously get the marks obtained by the 8 student, correct? Okay, let's go through next example. See, this is an example in which variables are there, but it's a very easy example. Let's go through it. The average of some number of terms, say n, is 0. So we know average is 0. If average is 0, what can we say about the sum? The sum has to be 0. The sum of all quantities has to be 0, correct? How many maximum numbers of terms can be negative? So let's see. The maximum number of terms we have to find which could be negative, and we have been given that there are total n terms, correct? So let's go through the solution. See, as the sum of n terms will be 0, we can have at most n minus 1 terms negative, and the last term whose magnitude will be equal to sum of all the negative terms. So basically there will be 21 to 20, let's assume there are n is 21. There are 21 terms, so 20 terms can be negative, but the last term can has to be a positive term so that it can cancel out the sum of these 20 terms. So uh, so therefore maximum number of terms that can be negative has to be n minus 1, correct? Let's go through next example. Example number 3. So let's read the question. For 10 innings, Akash has certain run rate. In the 10th inning, he scores 120 runs, thereby increasing his run rate by 9 runs. What is its new run rate? So we know that Akash is scoring 120 runs and increasing his run rate by 9 runs in his 10th inning. So we don't know what is the run rate till 9th inning, and we don't know what will be his run rate by after the end of 10th inning, but we just know that the run rate is increasing by 9, correct? So let us assume that the previous run rate till the ninth inning was x, and the final run rate will be obviously x plus 9, correct? So the total sum of runs till the 10th ending will be 9 into x. The average run rate is x, and there are 9 endings, so sum of all the runs till 9 ending will be 9 into x, plus the runs of 10th ending will be 120 given in the question. So this will be the sum of all the runs till 10th ending, correct? And we also know that the final run rate after the 10th ending, so the average run rate after the 10th ending was x plus 9. So therefore the total sum of runs scored by Akash till the end of 10th ending will be 10 into x plus 9. 10 will be the number of endings and x plus 9 is the average, which gives us the sum, because we know average is equals to sum of all terms upon number of terms, correct? Solving this equation, we get x equals to 30. So now we know the initial run rate of Akash was 30. Now the new run rate will be what? X plus 9. That will be 39. So therefore the new run rate of Akash is 39. I hope you have got the basic concept of averages, how we will deal with the averages and the ratios given in the question, and solve the sum. Each and every example was different, and had wanted a different approach through which the problem has to be solved. So the concept of average is very easy, but the variety of questions based on average has an enormous amount of data. So here I cannot complete each and every aspect of average, but I will try that I will post questions on averages and rest of the topics so that you can get a hang of it. But anyways, if you want more assessments, more tests, more series, more questions about any topic or anything or guidance, you can always contact me. My mail id and number is given in the first slide. You can go through the slide, you can contact me, we could have a discussion and set a session for us. Okay, this was great meeting you guys. Thank you, love you guys. Bye bye.